I verified the golden. Let's go.
That's right, everybody. I interviewed NQ Productions. It was a really good interview, and I think you're going to like the video. Obviously, I want to give a big thank you to NQ Productions for letting me interview him. It was really fun, and I enjoyed it. He enjoyed it. Yeah, it was really good. I will link his YouTube channel in the description down below. But, with that said, let's move on to the interview. See ya.
The first question that I have for you is, are you happy with your animations?
For the most part, yeah. I mean, I'd say that 75% of the animations that I've made in the past, I'm pretty satisfied with. They came out, for the most part, how I wanted them to come out. There's only a couple of animations that I regret, because there's either, like, one thing I wish I could change, or it's just an animation as a whole that just didn't really work out. But for the most part, the animations that I made, I think still hold up to this day.
Are there any particular ones you're not the biggest fan of?
One in particular that I dislike is an old animation that I made at the end of 2018 called How to Christmas, which was this really short, like, little animation that I made where it's about how to make the perfect Christmas. It was not meant to be taken seriously at all, but I just executed it in a really bad way. Like, I said that Santa wasn't real, which was a bad idea for the people who still believe in Santa. I probably should have, like, dodged that bullet. And then on top of that, just the ideas that I gave out are pretty basic. I probably should have made the video a lot funnier. And it just wasn't a good video. And on top of that, the animation is pretty lazy. It's like slideshow quality. And I usually try to go above and beyond with my animations, even with the limited software that I use. Because I've said this publicly many times, but I animate with MS PowerPoint because it's like the best free software that I can access. Because I don't feel like paying for a Toon Boom Harmony or Adobe Flash, especially Adobe or Adobe Animate as it's called nowadays, because canceling a subscription in Adobe is a nightmare now.
Alright, yeah.
But yeah, that's one animation that I can say that I regret because it just didn't come out how I wanted it to, and it could have been a lot better.
I mean, probably even the animations you like strongly dislike. I mean, I can't animate for the life of me, so like it's better than what I could do.
Yeah, animation's not easy. It's not easy to do, and it's unfortunately not easy to get into the job industry.
Yeah.
Which sucks, but it is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it, so us animators either make our own stuff, or we do indie projects, or, you know, we break out in the industry. I mean, I did work in the industry for a full year, so I have that experience at least, which I'm glad that I had that experience at least once.
Yeah, what was it? Sphere Animations?
Yeah, that's correct. The animation studio I worked for was called Sphere Animation, and I animated an Adult Swim TV show called Red Ketchup, which was based on this old comic series that was made in Quebec, in Canada. And it was a pretty cool show, actually. It took place during the Cold War with this crazy FBI agent who, like, has used so many drugs that he's basically invincible. So it's a pretty cool show. Yeah, it's a pretty cool show. You can watch it on Stack TV, I think is the streaming service that it's available on. It's not easy to find though. But yeah, that was the show that I animated.
How many seasons are there?
There was only one season with 20 episodes. It didn't get picked up for a second season, and after I finished animating the first season, everyone who worked on the show moved on to other stuff.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's just studio business, which, I mean, it sucks, but I can't do anything about that. It makes complete sense.
Yeah. Would you like to move on to the next question now?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, now, I know you answered this question in your most recent Q&A, but I also would like to know just, like, a few others. What is your favorite Geometry Dash level, and also your least favorite Geometry Dash level?
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I haven't played much Geometry Dash lately. I mean, most people who are veterans of my channel, like the people who have been following me for like 5+ years, knew that back in the day I used to upload old every play recordings of Geometry Dash when I first made my channel back in 2015, 2014. And so back then I played a lot of Geometry Dash, but nowadays I don't play it as much. I still like play it every now and then, But for me, the one level in Geometry Dash, and this isn't even a custom level, but the one level that I've always seemed to enjoy playing no matter what is Deadlocked, honestly. That's just a level that I always enjoy playing every time I boot up the game. Like, every time I boot up Geometry Dash, it doesn't feel right to not play Deadlocked. But if I also do want to mention a couple of custom levels that I like I'm nowhere near good enough to beat these levels, but I really appreciate all of Mindcap's projects, like Every End and Limbo. Those are some of my favorite levels because of how creative they are. And then it's also really cool to see the super detailed extreme demons like Edge of Destiny, the super buffed Blade of Justice, and another good one. I think another good one was Quasar, I think is the name of it. That super colorful rainbow extreme demon. That one's another good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't play much Geometry Dash, but those are a couple of levels that I like to highlight because they're just either fun to play or I just really appreciate all the effort that went into it. I'm not that skilled in Geometry Dash though. The most that I can do is medium demons. I'm not good enough to get to the hard or extremes.
What's your hardest?
My hardest is currently what is my hardest? I think my hardest is a medium demon. I forgot the name of it though. I think it's actually no, it's not that. I beat 9 circles actually. That's my hardest.
Nice.
Yeah, the one hard demon that I've beaten, and I just wanted to beat it because it's a super well-known hard demon, and I know that's an easy demon to learn. So I practiced it for a while. It took me 50,000 attempts, but I did beat it, and it's probably I can't say my words right, but I'm just saying beating 9 circles is probably one of those things for me that's only going to happen once. I would not be able to do it again. I don't know. I fluked from 85.
You fluked from a nice. I got really lucky with my 9 circles completion, and I jumped from problematic, which is an easy demon 9 circles level, to 9 circles.
Oh wow, good for you.
And it doesn't end there, because I fluked the level the first time I got to the wave part.
Really? Wow, that's a big fluke. That's from 45 to the end.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. And then I also noticed that in your Discord profile that you say your hardest is 8-0.
Yeah, 8-0 by Zobros and Etzer.
Yeah, I've tried to beat that level, but those shit parts are not easy.
I recommend not playing it. It took me almost 10,000 attempts.
Yeah, not to mention the infamous sound in the song.
Yeah. I don't like the song.
No, the song's not that good. The level's alright, but the song, nah.
I don't mind the song, it's just that why did you have to put moaning in it?
I know,
it's bad.
It's so out of place, too. And it's basically one of those levels that you can't play if your parents are around, because they're going to be like, what the hell are you doing?
Turn off the TV.
When it's just a really bad moment in an otherwise just decent song.
Yeah, and then I'm also currently trying to beat Supersonic as my new hardest.
Oh, nice. Supersonic by Zentic Alpha, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the
know
farthest...
there's
Oh, sorry, go on first.
I know there's new Supersonic, but that level's not that great.
I didn't even know there was a newer Supersonic.
It's also insane, demon. I think it's slightly harder, but I don't care to beat it because it's not that good.
Okay. Yeah, I've only gotten 15 to 20% into Supersonic. I still have to learn all the dual parts. I'm not good at dual gameplay.
Yeah, I've gone 66% from 0, and then also 65 to 100%. Are there any particular Geometry Dash level that you're not a big fan of, you don't like?
Well, I mean, it's hard to narrow down one specific level that I dislike. It's just that to me, the bad levels in Geometry Dash are the ones that have the kind of gameplay that you don't expect. You should have it's kind of hard to explain, but when you see what you see ahead is what it should be. The moving object levels are really annoying because they're super unpredictable and it's just really hard to play. You basically are forced to do practice mode. Gauntlet levels I also don't really like because they're the same thing, just tons of moving blocks and just really fast gameplay that's hard to read. And then
Outer Space is not a fire gauntlet level. There's 0 fire in it.
No. Funnily enough, though, that's actually one of my favorite gauntlet levels. Actually, I like playing that one every now and then.
Yeah, I do like it.
what was I saying? Also, Scarlet Surge is not a bad level, because I know people hate that one.
It's so fun. I love that level.
Yeah, it's not even that bad. Anyways, yeah. And then, I also don't like levels that have blind jumps either. Like, I mean, most of those are just old levels, though. People didn't know how to make amazing levels back then.
Yeah.
Like, map packs just suck to play because it's a bunch of old gameplay and people didn't know what they were doing back then.
And nobody actually... Nobody willingly wants to boot up a map pack and be like, alright, well, I have to beat PG Club Step to beat all of these, and that level's gone through like 20 buffs.
Yeah, people are still traumatized by Square Adventure. What was I saying? And then, like, it's not a level that I dislike because there's so many memes about it, but, like, I gotta mention Generation Retro.
Okay.
Like, I mean, that level was, like, universally disliked by most people, but then obviously GD Colin's video came out of him roasting the heck out of that level, and then now it's just the meme level now at this point.
Yeah. Boy, how's your day today?
My day's been pretty good. I mean, it's uneventful because it's Labor Day. I haven't had much to do, but...
Now's probably a good time to say that I recorded this on September 2nd. And it's February. Yeah. Okay, enjoy the rest.
I've been doing pretty good. I'm getting ready to go to college soon, obviously. It happens this week, actually on Wednesday. And then I've just been doing some YouTube stuff, like doing some voice recordings for upcoming videos, and on top of that, doing some character designs and backgrounds for one of my largest projects that I'm working on, which is called The Chipmunks Night at Freddy's, which is this big animation.
Yeah, I know it.
Oh, you know what that is?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a project that's been in the works for far too long, but it's just because not only is it just a giant project in general, like it's over 35 minutes long. I didn't expect it to get that big. I definitely went way too overambitious with it. But at the same time, I'm not upset with what I made. Like, if you were to see it, you'd be like, oh, holy shit, this is a really cool project. I hope to see this. But, what was I saying? Yeah, it's just that it went way out of proportion, but I don't mind that, and I just like to make sure that everything is exactly how I want it to be. I'm a bit of a perfectionist nowadays, which is a problem, but also a good thing. But, yeah, that project's been in the works for a long time, but I'm actually almost done with the character designs and background, so hopefully after I'm all said and done my first college term, the animation can get started on that project.
Didn't you say that, like, the voice acting's also done?
Yeah, the voice acting is all said and done. I did all my recordings, and then the 4 other people that I were willing to do voice acting for me for free, because I was in a Discord server that has voice actors, whether or not they want to do paid work or non-paid work, and then I messaged 4 people and then told them to do an audition for the 4 animatronics, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy, and they all did a great job, honestly. I think they did a very good job with the whole project, and I'm really excited to see people hear their voices.
You should let me voice act the logo. Totally.
The logo? Is that what you said?
Yeah, the logo. Because the logo has so many voice lines, right? Totally.
Sure.
Yeah. Would you like to move on to the next question?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. So, what do you use to, like, animate your videos? I know you said, what, like, no, not MS Paint, but what did you say?
Okay, I mean, I can do more for this answer because I can say all the software that I use for my stuff, but to answer the main question, the animation software that I use is Microsoft PowerPoint. I've been using the software to animate little videos and obviously gigantic videos ever since 2016, so I've been animating for nearly 10 years in that software, and I've learned a lot with the software to the point now where it is basically an animation software for me, whereas for most people it's just a presentation software. There's a lot of secret tools in PowerPoint that not a lot of people know about, and it's really cool to like see all the stuff that PowerPoint can do that most people don't know about. And like I said before, I already said this, but I mainly use PowerPoint because it's a free software that I can easily access, and then other free animation softwares have a very steep learning curve. And then on top of that, all the good animation softwares are usually paid, like Toon Boom Harmony, which is what most professional animators use, costs a crap ton of money. And then Adobe Animate requires a Adobe subscription. Hold on, I'm just drinking water. So yeah, that's why I just stuck with PowerPoint for years. And then for my other software that I use for my videos, I use Microsoft Word to do all of my scripts whenever I make scripted content. And then
Right?
I then use obviously OBS Studio for any screen recording that I have to do, whether or not it's for occasional gaming videos that I do on the channel every now and then, or if it's just to capture my screen for the sake of a review video. And then I use Audacity, which is a free audio editing software that I'm sure many of you know about, which obviously I use to
Yeah.
edit all my voice lines, add any effects that I need to, and all that jazz. And then for my editing, I use Wondershare for I can't say the word. And then for my video editing, I use Wondershare Filmora. Now, Wondershare Filmora is not free. It does cost around $80 for the full version, but that's a much more affordable
Wow.
price compared to most other softwares out there. Like Premiere Pro requires a subscription just like Adobe Anime, and Sony Vegas costs like $400. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that one. I thought that one. I heard someone talk about like it was like $350. Like that's no.
Yeah, I've heard good things about DaVinci Resolve, which is the software I think that
Yeah.
most people use when it's free. But I think Wondershare Filmora also has a lot of good features. I've been using the editing software for my videos for the last 5 years, and I don't regret purchasing the full version. It has a lot of good features. It does have a lot of AI features, but you can just not use those features, and it's still a perfectly good editing
Yeah.
software.
I've been editing for about like 2.5 years, and I've really just only been using CapCut because, well, I mean, like I can do editing, but it's like it's difficult for me to find like unique ways to edit videos.
Yeah. Because the thing is that with some editing software, some of their built-in transitions aren't all that good, but you can make your own transitions using keyframes, but that requires a lot of time to do.
Yeah. Would you like to move on to the next? Oh wait. No. I forgot something.
Oh.
What do you use to animate? Like, do you like hand draw the animation?
No, I don't hand draw like stuff on a piece of paper, but I use a drawing tablet for my stuff. The drawing tablet that I use is an XP Pen Artist 12 Pro tablet. I bought it all the way back in 2019, and it's still going strong to this day. And back then, obviously, I drew all my stuff by hand using my mouse, and it obviously did not look good back then because all my older animations look pretty ugly looking back at it. But ever since I got my drawing tablet, my animation has Ever since I got my drawing tablet, my animations have looked so much better, and I've gotten a lot better with my drawing as of late. It's a lot of fun to do stuff on the tablet. I'm so used to my drawing tablet that drawing on a piece of paper feels wrong. Yeah.
All right, next question. Are you excited for college at all?
I am both excited and nervous like any normal person would be. Oh my god, why can't I talk today? But no, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm excited and nervous for college. Doing the accounting program was something that I wasn't sure I wanted to do, but then after thinking about it and how many opportunities it gives you after you graduate the program, I was like, yeah, this is something that I'll do, and then I can keep doing YouTube and animation as a side thing, whether or not I'm doing freelance stuff or continuing to make YouTube content on the side, and then accounting can be my main job, whether or not I'm like a financial advisor or a financial analyst or a tax person or bookkeeping, doesn't really matter, just work in the accounting field. And it has good pay. Like I said earlier, there's a lot of different jobs you can do in that field, and I'm excited to learn some new stuff related to business and accounting because I've never really had a huge knowledge of stuff like finances and like really knowledgeable business stuff. So I'm excited for the program, but I'm also nervous because it's school. Usually everyone's nervous going back into school.
Next question.
Yeah, we can do the next question.
Alright. Now I don't know if you've ever had to experience with this, but how do you deal with burnout? How do you deal with burnout?
Well, I have dealt with burnout in the past. It's just whenever I make so much content at once, it just feels kind of draining, and then sometimes I'm not in the mood to make certain content. But to me, the best thing you could do for burnout is a couple of things. The first thing, obviously, is just slow down with the content. Just don't upload as much, because the key to doing YouTube for me is to make content that you actually want to make. Don't feel like you should make content as a chore. Like, don't do content you feel like you're being forced to make just because it's a trend hopping content to do or something like that. Just do stuff that you're passionate about, that you think is interesting, and then just have fun with making the content. And then whatever you're comfortable with in terms of upload speed, just do that. If you're comfortable with uploading once every 3 days, then upload once every 3 days. If you're only comfortable with uploading stuff once every 1 to 2 months, that's what you do in order to have in order to handle your channel well, both mentally and financially as well, because sometimes you got to make sure to pump out the right amount of content, make sure to make all those big bucks on YouTube. But yeah, that's obviously a factor with burnout, is just to not upload too much so that you're not drained from working so hard. And then just take breaks, either take naps or just relax and do non-YouTube stuff to just clear your mind of anything YouTube or social media related, so that you can maybe reset your mind and think about YouTube a little bit differently. And then even if it's something tech related, whether or not it's social media or just drawing or something, just do what makes you happy. That's probably the best advice that I could say with burnout. I've experienced it a little bit, but lately I've gotten better mentally with burnout, if I ever experience it, because it's just short bursts at worst nowadays. And for me, I work best when I work on bigger projects within a long time span. Like nowadays, I upload on YouTube on average every 1 to 2 months, and that's how I work best nowadays.
Yeah. That makes sense.
All right, now we can do the next question.
Alright, next question. Have you actually ever been interviewed before?
No, not really. I mean, if you're talking about like job interviews, then yes, I have been interviewed, but like a Discord interview, no, not really. But that's okay, because there's a first for everything. But yeah, no, I haven't really had a Discord interview quite like the one I'm doing right now with you. But I just see it as like a Q&A basically, with just one other person, which I'm totally fine with doing.
Yeah. Alright, next question.
Yeah, we can do the next question.
Alright. Have you ever been in the middle of making an animation, but then you just, like, scrapped it?
Yeah, I have actually scrapped a couple of animations in the past. Like, I work on an animation for a little bit, but then either I have no motivation to work on it anymore and then I just cancel it, or I think that the animation won't be worth it. Like, I'm spending too long on this certain animation, and then the end result is not going to be worth it because it's not going to get a lot of views, or it's just not going to be as good as I think it'll be. So sometimes I just either shelve something for years, or I just cancel it outright. There is one specific animation that I did cancel, which was back in 2020, where I was working on a Five Nights at Freddy's animation, which was based on the Showtime song from Five Nights at Freddy's VR Help Wanted, which is the...
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah, which is that secret one where like Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica sing, and there's like the ad at the end and all that stuff. People have made animations on it in the past, and I wanted to do my own version of that. And that was actually going to be my very first animation with my drawing tablet. But then I got a quarter of the way through animating it, and I just lost the motivation to do it, and then I wanted to make something else that I was more passionate about instead. So then I scrapped that video and then worked on my Death of Purple Guy remastered video, which turned out to be a very good thing, because then that video blew up and has over 10 million views now.
Yep.
So it was a good idea to cancel that animation looking back at it.
Yeah, next question.
Yeah, but I do want to actually say one thing, because on the topic of like canceling that old Five Nights at Freddy's Showtime animation, it was a good thing that I did cancel it at the right time, because then I've said this before, either in a Q&A video or in my 10 years of Five Nights at Freddy's video, where I talk about how much FNAF has impacted my life when it hit 10 years old. But I uploaded my Death of Purple Guy remastered video at the perfect time, because it uploaded in March of 2020, and then the COVID lockdown happened, and then everyone was stuck indoors with nothing to do, so everyone watched YouTube videos, and people's YouTube views skyrocketed. And then my Death of Purple Guy remastered video came out, and then that just blew up out of proportion, because people love seeing William Afton's death. Like, you look up the Death of Purple Guy, you'll see hundreds of animations from years ago, from nowadays. It is everywhere.
Some of them are freaking gruesome as crap.
Oh, I know, but I think people prefer the more gruesome ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine is pretty
Yours is
gruesome.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think I made it gruesome because I'm not like disgusted by gore all that much. Actually, surprisingly, like there are a couple things that startle me, but surprisingly, gore is something that I'm not grossed out by that much. I can
Yeah.
tolerate stuff like Saw or Happy Tree Friends as an example.
Yeah, I know. You mentioned in your Happy Tree Friends video, yeah, the gore just like didn't really affect you.
Yeah, like people talk about Happy Tree Friends and like, oh, like this one death is so disgusting I couldn't look at the screen, and then I'm here just like, yeah, I can handle this. Like, yeah, it's obviously really gross and violent, but like, I'm not a wimp. I can stare at the screen,
Yeah.
which I find really funny because like it's such a polar opposite reaction to what most people would react to it that way.
You ready to go on to the next question?
Yeah, we can do the next question now.
Alright. Next question. Do you ever see yourself making another like Five Nights at Freddy's music video?
I have debated on making another FNAF music video, especially after how well my Die in a Fire animation turned out. That video I'm super proud with. Not super proud with. That video I'm really proud of because that, in my opinion, is the best animation that I've made on my channel. I put in a lot of effort to make sure it was just as good as the original Living Tombstone music video. And because of that, I
Yes.
do have ideas for other music videos, but it's kind of hard to figure out what song to choose because the biggest issue is copyright. I mean, I did 2 uploads of my Die in a Fire music video, one with the original song, which obviously got claimed, and then the other one with a remix that wasn't claimed, so that that video could actually make money, because otherwise all of that hard work would have been for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the tough thing with music videos, but like I do want to make another music video because my Five Nights at Freddy's animated music videos are, in my opinion, some of the best animations I've made on the channel. I just said that my Die in a Fire video is my personal favorite animation that I've made so far, and then my older Follow Me animation, which was made back in 2021, is up there as one of my favorites as well. So I'd love to do something that's another Five Nights at Freddy's animated music video. I have considered doing a sister location theme drawn to the Bitter music video in the past, but I'm just not sure with what kind of storyline I would do for that music video. But I have thought of that idea, but we'll see where it goes with FNAF animated music videos. But rest assured
Because
that they'll keep going.
I know some of like the FNAF music videos aren't really music videos. Like the original FNAF 1 Living Tombstone song is really just lyrics flashing up on the screen with the FNAF 1 office in the background.
Yeah, but I think the thing is that most songs that have that are like original songs made by the person who uploaded them, and I'm not good when it comes to making music, so I kind of have to make an animated music video to go with an existing song that exists out there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Alright, you ready to go on to the next question? We got 3 more questions.
yeah.
Alright, next question. What is your favorite FNAF game?
My favorite FNAF game, and this is actually something that I previously answered in one of my Q&As, which is totally fine. But yeah,
Oh.
no, it's all good. But my favorite FNAF games are easily the VR ones. Help Wanted 1 and 2 are
Oh,
easily my
yes.
favorites because that just like puts together all of the best like FNAF mini games, and I say that in air quotes because you have like the stuff from FNAF 1 and FNAF 2 and FNAF 4 and FNAF 3, and then you have all those cool custom games like the parts and service mini games and the vent mini games,
Yes.
and I think that's really cool. And then it's interesting to see the lore go in this bold new direction with like glitch trap and like digital consciousness stuff. It's really intriguing. Like it's something that I did not expect the FNAF universe would go in, you know, with all this digital like AI corrupt stuff happening, but it's cool to see, honestly.
Yeah. See, one of the funny things about those games, there's a reason I love those games, and it's a really stupid reason.
Okay, and what's the reason?
I love booting up like a night and just like throwing all the objects off the desk. Like I'll take the soda cup and I'll throw it at an animatronic.
Yeah, I mean, that shouldn't be a reason why you should have that as your favorite, but that is, yes, a very funny thing to do. if you're just
It's
fooling
not my
around.
favorite thing. It's not my favorite thing, but I love it.
Yeah, that's a fun thing to do.
Or just act like I'm sipping on the soda, waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, you can even eat the food that you get in the prize boxes after you beat a minigame.
Yeah. Alright, next question. Hold on, before the next question, do you know what the Amazing Digital Circus is?
Yeah, I know what the Amazing Digital Circus is. I've been keeping track with every single episode ever since the pilot came out. I love that series.
Okay. Okay. Alright. Would you ever make an Amazing Digital Circus like review?
I don't know, honestly. I debated kinda on whether or not to make any Amazing Digital Circus content on my channel, whether or not it's animations or reviews, but I don't know because I don't know what I could say or do that other people have done, you know? And I mean, I've already preoccupied with a whole bunch of other content that I want to make. Like, I already talked about my Chipmunks Night at Freddy's video, that's being worked on. And then I'm working on Do You Remember episodes and NQ Archives episodes. And then there's obviously, I need the time for school now. And then on top of that, I'm just doing
Yeah.
stuff during my free time because I just want to spend my free time and not get burnt out from doing too much. So, like, in my head, I have ideas for Amazing Digital Circus stuff, but I just don't have as much passion for it as stuff like Five Nights at Freddy's or Alvin and the Chipmunks. That's not to say I dislike the show. Far from it. I love the show with how expressive the animation is and how batshit everything is in it. But no, I just haven't had the strong urge to make content or reviews on the Amazing Digital Circus. Although you could argue that I already have because of my reviews on Fazbear and Friends, which does feature Amazing Digital Circus characters. So I kind of have already made Amazing Digital Circus content when you think about it.
Yeah, those fast videos are great.
Yeah, I'm still really happy with that 2022 rant video. I mean, obviously, it's
Yeah.
kind of irrelevant nowadays because the show has managed to pick back up after
Much
being
much
so
better.
bad. Yeah, it's so much better now. Like when the shorts were coming out, it was so bad. I don't think it's as bad as I said it was back then, but it still wasn't good. It was just a blatant content farm that just had no soul to it. And on top of that, like I said in the old video, had downgraded animation, had occasional like weird over sexualized stuff, promoted NFTs, which is just salt on an open wound.
Okay, yeah.
And then on top of that, the stories were just non-existent because they were shorts. It just did not feel like the same show when the shorts were coming out.
Like some of them I kind of liked.
Yeah. Not every short is terrible, but most of them are pretty bad, and there's a couple of truly abysmal shorts.
I kind of like the one where like Springtrap with.
The one where Springtrap's in school?
Yeah,
Yeah, that one's pretty funny, honestly.
yeah.
Yeah, that one's not bad.
But then you have other ones where
If you're saying something right now, it's not coming out of your mic.
my bad. Like the Squid Game ones were just not good.
No, it just had no soul to it. I mean, I know we already said that, but like it just felt like they were hopping on the Squid Game trend. As soon as that show blew up and was everywhere, they just had to make a Squid Game video with all the crossover characters that they had. And then even though Bendy from Bendy and the Ink Machine in the Fazbear and Friends shorts was actually no, what am I saying? Is that Bendy nowadays in Fazbear and Friends isn't too bad. When he was in the shorts, he was just super insufferable, had a really annoying high-pitched voice. And then on top of that, his gimmick of calling Foxy Boris got old so fast to the point where it's just a really annoying routine that the show did, and it just was never funny.
Yeah.
But thankfully, they don't do any of that anymore, which is nice.
And it was like what mostly Enchanted Mob's fault for most of it.
Oh yeah, it was definitely their fault. They're the ones who probably influenced them to make that kind of stuff. Because it probably helped with Poppy Playtime's development, but since Enchanted Mob
And now-
Examination split paths, Enchanted Mob only cares about Poppy Playtime now, and I don't see many people talk about that game series anymore. It probably doesn't help either that Garden of Banban just keeps on getting like 50,000 sequels, which just makes Poppy Playtime look even worse, because people are probably going to say like, you see all these Garden of Banban sequels? This is your fault, Poppy Playtime. And then now Examination is doing passionate stuff, because they want to make the cool animated music videos, and then they're just using Fazbear and Friends as a way to just make enough money to work on their big projects, which I totally understand.
Yeah, and Enchanted Bob hasn't even uploaded in like a very long time.
Yeah, their YouTube channel has been inactive for over a year, nearly 2 years probably at this point, because I made my first
Yeah.
Fazbear and Friends video after that 2022 rant video in the spring of this year, and I said over a year since Enchanted Mob uploaded something, so it's probably 2 years since they've uploaded anything by now.
And I'm really glad that the show got quote unquote canceled before season 2 of Squid Game came out. There would have been way more Squid Game episodes. They would have gotten Bendy to probably show, I've played these games before, and it would have been way worse.
Yeah, I mean, they literally made a joke about it in Fazbear and Friends episode 5, the extermination episode. They literally made jokes about all of the episodes that they could have made, with Skibbity Toilet and, what was the character that they made up for the short or episode? It was like some twins. I forgot what they were called.
It was like the circus baby twin.
No, not the circus baby twin. Like they made like a made up character for like a trend hopper character to have in videos, but it wasn't. I don't know. It was something though, but I remember it being pretty funny.
Yeah. Something like that.
But yeah,
Would you like to move on?
Thank God we didn't get any more shorts.
Yeah. At least Fazbear's Friends recovered pretty well.
Yeah, it did recover pretty well.
That season 1 episode 5, mwah, golden masterpiece.
Yeah, I like that episode a lot.
Yeah. Would you like to move on to the final question?
Yeah, let's do this last question.
Alright, now, you're probably gonna say no to this question. Usually when I do these interviews, question be like, I don't know, not as serious. It's like a big ask kind of question, okay?
Okay.
Now, for the final question, if you were to ever make a collab video, could I be a special guest?
Well, it would all depend on what the collab is. If it's like a really short cameo in an animation, then yeah, that could totally work. But like in terms of other content, like my review videos, I just don't see like how I could fit you in there. But like if I were to make like a cameo or like a reference or something like that in an animation, whether or not it's your profile pic or like I said, you do like one or two small lines in the video as like some random kid in the background of a Five Nights at Freddy's animation, then yeah, you could do something like that.
Alright, yeah.
I feel like that's fair.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah. I don't do much for my fans just because, I mean, like I said, I got so much time on my hands with certain projects, but I mean,
I get that.
I still respond to every comment for the most part that I get on my channel.
Yeah. Well, this was definitely an interview, alright.
Yeah, I did enjoy it. I liked all the questions that you asked, and like even if some of them were somewhat familiar because of my Q&A videos, I still enjoyed doing this interview. It was a lot shorter than I expected because you said you interviewed EVW for 1 to 2 hours, but this only took 45 minutes.
I know. Well, I think one of the reasons that is because when I did the EVW interview, I also did it with a friend.
Yeah, that's true.
And I.
Yeah, because I did watch the original video, not the original video, but I did watch the EVW interview that you did with Bagel, and yeah, you were talking with back and forth with him, Bagel, and then yourself, obviously.
Yeah. So it definitely took a lot longer.
Yeah.
For that.
But I did enjoy it. I did watch the whole thing.
Yeah, the editing's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's it. That's all the questions I have to ask.
Perfect.